Hey guys, so it's that time of the year where I do a mid-year Holy Grail, which is basically like a summary of the last 6 months, obviously it's longer, of what I've been loving pretty much this year so far, so that it kind of cuts it down for December, but it kind of changes a bit in December as well. So I've basically picked out one product from each section and I'm just gonna tell you that it's my favourite. So to start off, it's obviously going to be primer because that's the first thing that we put on our faces. And this is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer Base Mattifier. So it's just a mattifying primer. Now I love to put this in my T-zone, especially like on my cheeks next to my nose, because I've got very large pores and I always seem to get oily there first of all, so I absolutely love this stuff. I don't use this all the time as an everyday product, but when I've got a special occasion or I'm going out, then I'll usually wear this one. So as for foundation, it has to be the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation, and mine is in the shade 2, which is fair. And it just looks like this. I am obsessed with this foundation. I use it pretty much every time I go to a special event, though I do change it up slightly, but usually I always fall down back to this because it's just so different compared to all the foundations that I own, and I love it, and it's perfect for oily skin. So if you do have oily skin, this is great. It is on the pricey side, but it's definitely worth it. So yeah, concealer, and this is actually quite an affordable concealer, and it is the LA Girl Pro Concealer HD Concealer. It's got a very weird long name. Now I love this. I picked this up at IMATS, so you can buy it online from most places, including Amazon, and it's just a concealer with a brush on the end. I love this. It's in my shade, which is Porcelain, which is perfect for my skin tone, and I absolutely love this. It's kind of a high coverage concealer, very creamy, easily blendable, but it really has become literally my everyday concealer, so I love this. Now to mattify my face, I keep grabbing this one. It's the Laura Mercier Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. Now I actually mix this with 2 other powders, but I always still use a bit of this. I absolutely love it. I am obsessed with baking, so I bake under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, my chin, and under my eyes and jawline, because I find the powder is super fine, which means that you can kind of bake it there for a bit and then blend it out to the rest of your face, which I love. And you don't really need a lot. I found with pressed powders, I used to keep having to dip it in just to powder my face because I'm an oily skin person. I like to be matte, and this has literally been my go-to. Onto contour. Now you've probably seen this in many videos, and it's no wonder it's in my mid Holy Grail, and this is the Nars Laguna bronzer. Now I love to contour with this. It's actually quite a nice contour shade. I would say it's a semi-matte. There is slight shimmer in it, but it is amazing. I've got a dent in it, but it's literally my contour, so I absolutely love this. And for pale skin, it is literally perfect. Now to bronze up my face, I seem to always grab this, and it's the Hoola bronzer. Now I've only been using the Hoola bronzer for a year now, and I love it. I don't understand why it was the only box blush that I never bought, but now I understand why it's amazing. So I absolutely love this guy, and you can get minis now in Boots, which is amazing. So along with contouring and bronzing, I have been loving this blush, which is Rockature by Benefit, obviously. I love this. It's kind of a dusty rose colour, and it's got kind of gold flecks in it, which I love. It just looks like this. I believe I have hit pan because there's these like weird squares appearing in it, but I love it. And it kind of smells a bit perfumey as well, which is kind of nice. So I love this. So no look can be complete without highlighter, and as you can see, I am rocking the highlighter today. And this one, which I have been loving pretty much for the most of the year, has been the Balm's Merry Luminizer. Now this is a beautiful champagne kind of highlighter, and you can kind of see I've got this ring effect, which means it's close to hitting pan, but I love this. Have been obsessed with this since day one. I always highlight with this, though at the moment I've fallen in love with another highlighter, but I absolutely love this guy. Even though I've got other highlighters, I always seem to grab this one, especially for an everyday, because it's such a nice champagne shade, and it really works with my skin tone as well. On to the brows. Now I have been pretty much obsessed with dyeing my eyebrows, and you may have seen my DIY dyeing eyebrows at home with the eye lure kit. Now that has been my most popular video and most viewed video, so yeah. But because I am obsessed with dyeing my eyebrows, because I get quite sparse brows but there's still hairs there, so I dye them and they're dark. So I have a product that I use when my brows aren't dyed, and when my brows are dyed I can't really use that same product because it makes it look too thick and cakey and drawn on. So I've been loving the MAC Stylized Eyebrow Crayon. Now I picked this up because I needed to use up £14 on my Christmas MAC card, and I didn't really know what to get, so I thought, I'll give this brow pencil a go. This is my second one I picked up. I love it. I literally was so sad that I could have cried when mine ran out, but luckily on that same day I was actually going to MAC anyway, so I picked this guy up. This is literally the best eyebrow pencil I have ever used. I'm using more gel and like brushes, I guess, rather than pencils, but I absolutely love this pencil, and it matches my eyebrow shade so well. So if you want to know, I'm in the shade Stylized, which is kind of a darkish brown but more on the medium side, and it's more of a neutral tone, so it's not warm and it's not too cool, it's kind of in between, so I love it. On to the eyeballs. Now I have been obsessed with this palette since I picked it up, and I know a lot of people say they're obsessed with things, but literally I am, and it is the Charlotte Tilbury Vintage Vamp Quad. I love this. It's kind of perfect for my skin tone, which is strange because it kind of gives me more of a vampy look. If I overdo it on the blending, I do look like I've got red eyes, but I actually quite like that look. But as you can see, my glittery shade has a bit of a chunk taken out of it because this shade is actually quite hard to use, and it's the same with all of the Charlotte Tilbury products or eye product. The shade Pop seems to be the hardest one to work with. You can't really use brushes unless you have like a liquid that usually comes with glitters or eye foils, so you have to kind of use your finger, and then that creates problems and issues and you're trying to rub it on, but it's so beautiful. I really do love this eyeshadow palette. It's one of my best and go-to for autumn. It's a staple. For summer it's a great dramatic look, and for spring, I don't know, you can make a light eye with this, but I still like to go dramatic. Now to complement the eyes, we need some lashes. Now I probably have said this in so many favourites videos and probably in my end of year favourite, and this is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I only have the normal version, not the waterproof, but this guy is literally my life. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a new one soon because it seems to be drying up slightly, but I have not used any other mascara apart from this one because it is so amazing. It gives me long lashes, and they're thick and they're really dark, and great for every day because you don't want to faff around with eyelashes all the time, because I'm one of these people that will wear fake eyelashes like on occasions but not all the time. So I want something that gives me long lashes, dark lashes and almost thick lashes. So I absolutely love this and would highly recommend getting it. Believe it or not, even though there's a waterproof one, this guy doesn't budge either, so you know, take your pick whether you want something that's like super concrete, which is the waterproof one, or this one which is semi-concrete, which still doesn't run in the water. So, or I've never had it run in the water. Now finally we're onto the lips. Now I have been obsessed with kind of like nude dark brownie colours recently, or from half of the year pretty much, ever since I got Velvet Teddy, and I've been obsessed with lining my lips because I've kind of now perfected my lip contouring, which kind of gives me that bigger poutier look without having to push my lips out that far. So I've kind of increased the size of my lips without actually doing anything. So to first reshape my lips is the Lip Cheat pencil in Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. This is a beautiful kind of pinkish nude shade which kind of complements most lip colours apart from dark lips. because I think dark lips really need a dark liner, but this is perfect. I haven't got it on today because I've got a Kylie lip kit on, but I'm kind of obsessed with that, like lining my lips and then applying my lipstick. So I absolutely love this. I've had to sharpen it a few times now, and as you can see, I need to sharpen it again, but it is such a beautiful shade. I haven't tried any of their other shades, but this kind of stood out more to me, and I do know it's a cult classic for Charlotte Tilbury lip liners, so it might be hard to get your hands on, but I haven't had a problem yet. So finally, as I said, I like to put my lip colour over that. So I actually, compared to some people, I fill in my whole lip with the lip liner because I'm so worried that something isn't gonna match. So the lipstick that I usually pair it with is Whirl by MAC. So as you can tell, classic MAC packaging, and it's just this darkish brownish nude shade. I love it. It actually complements my skin tone better than I was expecting it to. Velvet Teddy is almost a lighter version of this, but I find that this matches better than Velvet Teddy for some reason. Not quite sure why, but I absolutely love this guy. It doesn't look like I've used it that much, but I have, trust me, I have. I try to make my lipsticks last quite long. Some lipsticks I've never used. Guilty. But I absolutely love this one. This always goes with me wherever I travel because I'm always in the mood for like just popping it on because it's so easy. So that is it for my mid-year holy grails. So kind of like a mid-year favourites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe if you're not, and leave a comment down below what you thought, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!